Oh, hey. We just had one of the brothers to join in with us, Brother Bladen Studi. Glad to have you on, brother. Take yourself off mute, brother. Man, glad for you to come in, man. Thanks, man. We really appreciate it. You know, uh, we going through the study guide. Still can't hear you, brother. You're still on mute. You know, we going through the study guide, and there you go. And so we down to L. And so which is dealing with the enemy of the foes. So we're gonna go back over here, and we're gonna get into this here where it speaks on this here. It says our organizational goals and objectives have been established upon progressive, positive accomplishment by you to the community. By you to the community. Your community as an individual personally and member organizationally of this organization. So that means wherever we go, now mind you, now I spoke on this in part 1. Wherever we go, not only are we representing ourselves, we are representing the organization at the same time. So that means we have to be able to give back positive, progressive, meaning positive accomplishment by us to the community. Say that again.
May I interject for a minute?
Man, you sure can.
Okay, so when you say that we function on that level, you're saying our every action, behavior, and attitude, correct?
Has to vividly reflect the positive, dignifying principles that the organization is built upon.
And that's as long as we stand proudly under the blue skies, correct?
You better say it. That's.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm on the same page because I'm just not joining in. I don't want to join in and be off track.
You are exactly right, my brother. We on the same page. Cause now, if you are applying yourself, if you standing proudly under the clear blue skies, and you are serving the organization with your every action, behavior, and attitude positively reflecting the positive and dignifying principles that the organization is built upon, then you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to carry the organization forward and represent the organization in a positive, productive manner.
Okay, TP.
Yeah.
With all respect given, right?
Yes.
We say vividly reflect
Yeah.
upon the positive and dignified principles that this organization was built upon.
That's right.
Okay, can we analyze that for a second?
Man, let's analyze it, brother. Let's get deep.
Okay, so to say built upon means there is a foundation, right?
That's right.
Okay, and the positive.
Hold on. Let me say this here. That means that the foundation that this organization is built upon is based on positive and productive principles.
And I'm with that because I'm looking at that from a blueprint standpoint.
Okay.
And in the blueprint, chapter 2, it speaks about the truth, our foundation. And anything that exists in this realm of a 3-dimensional format exists upon a foundation.
Okay.
Therefore, that would entail that our foundation, which is the truth, is based upon the blueprint, chapter 2.
True.
And in that foundation,
hold on.
That truth,
but let me ask you this here.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this here. And see, the big brother, my big brother Tank, explained this to me years ago, and he also said it on Kicking It on the G, where he said we didn't even know that we were being exposed to the blueprint, because at this time when all these letters was coming out, the blueprint hadn't been written yet. So it was preparing us ahead of time. Proper preparation prevents poor performance for the blueprint that was coming years down the line, that was coming later. All right. So the blueprint as well as the letters and everything are basically one and the same. They mirror each other, you know. They mirror each other because if you read the letters and you go and read the blueprint is going to send you back to the letters,
Right.
you know. So they all one and the same.
Indeed, I'm with you.
Okay.
And the reason I brought that up, right, is because in the blueprint, the foundation, our truth, it talks about how the 6 principles are the main 2 ingredients that constitute civilization.
True that.
Now, and that's a whole different understanding that what a lot of individuals may know.
See, because this is what's going on,
Uh-huh.
and we're getting deeper now. Is that when we look at the letters, the blueprint, and everything else, right?
Right.
We have to start focusing on it from looking at it from the mental, which is the spiritual side, and looking at it from a universal, and stop just looking at it from the carnal sense.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got to elevate your thoughts on what was being laid out for us. Because in order for us to be successful in this fast paced moving world, we have to be able to elevate our thoughts. We have to be able to elevate them, because if we don't elevate our thoughts, we're going to continue to be left behind while the world is constantly moving ahead of us.
Mm-hmm. So, TP, with all due respect, brother, to what you're saying, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. Don't think that I'm in any disagreement with you. Should we go back to the foundation to actually analyze what's being told to us?
You got to. You can't just look at something and not know what your foundation is, because if your foundation is weak, then that means your house is going to be weak.
That's facts. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
So you got to go back. You got to make sure that you got to go back to listen. In order to know where you at, you got to know where you come from. Or in order to know where you going, you got to know where you come from. If I don't know where I come from, how I know where I'm going?
You can't.
Because those who don't look at where they come from and look at what they are built upon, those are the ones that make the same mistakes before. That is why the new concept will actually come out, because it specifically says it. Listen, this is what the leadership says. That as we stipulated, it said, we stipulated to you our reason for undertaking this new concept to prepare us for the economic and political realities of Black America. And that is in the preface, where it says, our governing body has decided to take on a new concept of organization, a concept that will break us into the 80s and prepare us for the political and economical realities of Black America. Our leadership feel that we must take advantage of our imprisonment. We must learn what's necessary to become a productive and disciplined organization while we are confined. If we are successful in this inferior situation, there's no limitation to our potentials in the outside world. That is the first paragraph of the preface. They breaking it down for us right then and there, where we are going and what we are about.
Fact. Agreed.
So, Midnight, you would like to add to that? I see you on mute.
Yeah, when I think about what the originals did, they was basically giving us the necessary tools, just to compete in society. A lot of us, have to realize that growth and development is universal. and it grants us universal awareness through the 6 principles of love, life, loyalty, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know, these things are conducive to living a life that is positive and productive. And, you know, when you think about the concept of organization, this is a progression. You know what I mean? It's a progression, not a regression. You know what I'm saying? To lead us into our goals and objectives. You know what I mean? And this entails, you know, solidification. You know what I mean? You know, we have to come to a place in our lives and as being a part of growth and development that the overall perspective is for us to master and continue to grow and develop, through educational, economical, political, and social development.
Well taken.